Okay, so we see all these headlines. There's multitude of these headlines that are just causing so much fear in the marketplace right now on social media and even in the news, whether it's credit scores or the market's going to crash or whatever the headlines are. That the big question is, are you ready to buy a home? Listen, I can't tell you whether you're ready to buy a home. What I can do is tell you if you qualify for a home. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you are ready to buy a home. Follow these steps and that will help you. So the first thing, can you afford the monthly payment that you're looking at? If you're making a rent payment of $2,000 a month and you're looking to make a mortgage payment of $3,000 a month, can you afford that payment right now with the current market the way it is, with interest rates and insurance and taxes? You can always refinance in the future, but you don't know when that is going to happen. You want to make sure that you can make those payments right now covered. Is your employment stable? Have you been at your job for a couple of years and you feel like your employment's stable? That's a good sign that you could be ready to buy a home. Is your budget in line? You need to make sure that you know where you're spending money each month, because just because you buy a home doesn't mean that all the expenses are going to go away. There's going to be things that you're going to want for your home. You need to make sure that you are budgeting every month right now, whether you have a home or you're still renting. Is your credit in line? I know this has been in the news lately, but listen, the better your credit, the better interest rate you're going to get, no matter what the news is saying. But listen, you need to make sure that your credit is as high as possible. And don't listen to the talking heads that say if you have a 580 credit score, you should be buying a home. Listen, if you have a 580 credit score, or even in the low 600s, there is something going on that you need to address. Once that's been addressed, then you should look into buying a home. But make sure that you are paying your bills on time. Make sure that you have a budget. Make sure that you're not overextending, because that will lower your credit score. Are you able to save right now? Listen, don't just think that because you have enough money for a down payment and barely enough money for closing costs that you're ready. You need to make sure that you can budget and that you can save monthly, because there are going to be expenses that are going to come up. So if you are ready to buy a home right now, don't listen to the talking heads on social media and in the news about what is going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. Make sure that you are ready and you make an educated decision on the area that you live in. You know how the housing market is going, so just make sure you're making an educated decision. And if you're ready, happy house hunting.